excited about. I kind of wish we had the Undertaker meme where he pops up back from the dead, back from the soccer wars. The legend that is the
My
Cosmos.
first
The
club.
killers of smart spending in American soccer.
Fair enough.
My first club, the first game I ever attended was a Cosmos game over back at the time. I think it was called Keyspan Park at the time. Is now the home of Brooklyn FC, which is a USL Super Club this year, and then they'll be adding a Meds Club, I believe, next season over at that stadium. But I grew up with Cosmos being my hometown team.
Awesome.
Long before we had Red Bull or we had NYCFC, it was the Cosmos, right? And I know DBG founder Andrew Gerbosi is also a big Cosmos homer, so shout out to him on this too, because this is kind of cool. This is really cool to see this back. I'm not 100% a fan of this new logo, but I love that it's coming back. I love that the brand is coming back. I love that the name is coming back. I love that this crest is coming back because this is just a beautiful crest.
I think what I'm most excited about hearing about the Cosmos announcement has nothing to do with the brand, but I was reading some of their media stuff and interviews, and the owner has been very adamant on part of their model is to make the game affordable for more people, more kids. And he's talking about something that I think especially us that have cared about youth development have harped about for years, which is that pay-to-play model is part of what's killing this country's national team and just the team's growth in general. And he's very adamant on, no, this is going to be a community-based thing, and we want to find ways to basically make kids not have to pay to play.
Yes. Exciting stuff. The other thing that really excites me about this club coming back is where they're playing, as much as I would love to see them playing in New York and not New Jersey. Although, the heyday of the Cosmos played at the old Meadowlands Stadium, old Giant Stadium. So there's definitely a connection there. But they'll be playing at, I know we throw around this term often, but I do think this is an actual historic stadium. I think Hinchcliffe Stadium in Paterson is really cool. It's home of the New York Black Yankees, home of the New York Cubans. Some really great Negro League baseball history that goes into that stadium. Some really cool stuff that's happened there over the years. So generally just exciting, right? This is just some really cool stuff all together, especially if you're, from that region like I am. As if I haven't mentioned that at least once on this podcast about where I'm from.
This will definitely be one of my away trips.
Absolutely,
next season for sure.
Yeah, I would love to coordinate a trip up there with you guys and see what we can do. Maybe catch a hockey game, catch a Devils game up there while we're up there, and even because it's all right there in the area, right? Devils play down in Newark, which is a 10-minute drive from Red Bull Stadium or Sports Illustrated, whatever how it's called now. There's a ton of great local sports and stuff around there too, and pop over to the city and get some real pizza, and then I'll show you guys what real food tastes like.
That's a fact. We got to get a slice.
I don't want to hear you tell a Jamaican man and a Mexican man what real food tastes like.
That's a fact, right?
Well, Marcus, you got to tell me where I can get a beef patty out here, okay?
Oh, I got you. We can make that happen.
I need some cocoa bread, please. I need some beef patty with cocoa bread.
Yes, I know. They just opened a Jamaican joint in McKinney Allen area, so we can definitely hit that.
They just opened one up out in Cattle Mills too. I'm gonna pop in and check that out. They got oxtail on the menu, so we're gonna have to check that out.
Oh, facts. But yeah, I mean, going to New York City, you got to get a slice and a chopped cheese and hit the closest bodega.
Facts.
As long as they have a cat.
That's a fact. There was a lot of consternation about the Cosmos playing in New Jersey, which has proved to me that no one knows their soccer history. Also, no one knows New York City real estate, because the fact that you think that they could build a stadium anywhere in the
right.
You must be out of your mind.
And welcome to American sports. You have not been paying attention. Like, people do not play in the cities that they're named after.
Exactly. And to be honest, so they're not actually going to be called the New York Cosmos. So they're going to own the trademark so that they can market the New York market, but they are just the Cosmos.
Yeah, they've been very adamant about where
Patterson is a 15-minute train ride from Manhattan too, right?
Yes. So that was what they said. They said it's 30-minute drive to Times Square, and I'm like, that is as close as you can get without actually being there. If we're being completely honest. And this is, like Dennis said, a historic building. It's one of only 2 remaining or standing Negro League baseball fields.
That's incredible.
The other one is not functional, but neither was this one before they spent close to $150 million. redoing it. It's a multi-purpose stadium, so I'm a little worried about some of the angles because they also play baseball there still, but it's a horseshoe. So I'm like, I don't know how that really works.
It's built like the Polo Grounds was. So it's a if you've ever seen pictures of what the Polo Grounds look like, it's a much longer. It's much closer to an American football stadium where it's a longer field. The original Polo Grounds had like a 600-foot center field, right?
Okay, got you. Yeah, so they already hosted a game there with the Ecuadorian team, Barcelona, not the Barcelona we all know.
Yeah.
They got close to, I think, 4,000 people to show up to that game, so that was pretty awesome.
That's cool.
So I personally think it'll be successful. I'm getting conflicting reports. Some people say the capacity is 10,000. Some people say it's 7,800. Either way, I think they won't have a problem filling that building on a semi-regular basis.
Yeah, 7,800 could probably be converted to 10,000 with standing room sections and whatever else they can do, terraces or
stuff like that.
So we have the technology to bring in additional seating, and like they do in Miami, right? Miami's not a real stadium.
Well, no. So the reason I mentioned that it was a multi-purpose, you can't do the temporary seating thing because you would have to move it every time because they're going to be playing during. Right. The high school will use it, but apparently the Cosmos are paying to paint over the football lines every game. So it's going to be one of them things. Obviously, high school football starts after
American soccer culture.
Yes, indeed. Again, we have to take the good with the bad, right? A city paid 110 million. They want to get as much use out of that building as possible. So I can't blame them for doing
No, absolutely not.
Sports.
It makes perfect sense. If you're going to be given tax money or you're going to be helping them at all, like you might as well get something out of it. Can't all be Jerry freaking Jones over there.